Saudi Arabia started an oil price war with Russia at a time where the world is dealing with the coronavirus pandemic that has sent shockwaves across the global economy. Although Riyadh and Moscow have been working together to prop up oil prices for the past 3 years, the two countries are at odds over an insistence from the Saudi officials to cut oil supplies by 1.5 million barrels per day. The problem was caused after China, the world's biggest importer of oil, started to return oil tankers as the coronavirus outbreak in the country had taken a heavy toll on its economy and especially its production sector. As a result, oil prices were sent tumbling, experiencing the worst one-day slash since the 1991 Persian Gulf War. How long the two sides are able to keep up pouring oil into the markets depends on how much their economies are able to weather crises.
It's clear that Russia, for example, if we're talking about Saudi-Russia price war, Russia is much better prepared for this war. Its economy is much more diversified. Local population depends on many other industries. So I think Russia is ready for this war.
Some estimates suggest crude prices might fall as low as $20 per barrel amid the price war. That would be particularly harmful to the Saudi economy that is heavily dependent on oil, as the country needs to sell its production at an $80 price point to balance its budget. Aramco, the world's biggest company, which is often regarded as the crown jewel of Saudi Arabia, went public in December but fell short of a $2 trillion target that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was after. On Sunday, the company reported a 20.6% drop in its net profit for 2019 due to low oil prices and production levels. Making the matters worse for the Saudis is the coronavirus pandemic that has forced the country to halt the Umrah pilgrimage. Hajj and the Umrah account for 20% of the country's non-oil GDP and 7% on the country's total GDP. The Yemen war is another factor weighing on the Saudi economy. The kingdom has spent over $70 billion on weapon purchases since 2018. Yemeni army's retaliatory attacks on Aramco's infrastructure in September also hurt the Saudi economy. The rulers in Riyadh have realized the existential threat to their economy and therefore to their throne.
That, we know that Bin Salmani, their prince, who is a future leader, is always goes through one crisis after another. Now he tries to solve this crisis. Now he tries to solve another one. So this oil war is not in his interest. And that's precisely, you mentioned Yemen, and this is a very serious dimension, that, if the situation escalates and there are problems with oil, we can imagine very easily Russia or any other country supplying Yemen with sort of additional weapons. So Saudis are aware of it.
Bin Salman proposed his reforms plan, dubbed Vision 2030, to reduce the country's dependence on oil and diversify the economy. But his proposed reforms haven't yet borne fruit as expected. This was in part due to the fact that they require more funding, which is mostly made available through oil sales.
So I think they will kind of try to, size up the situation, but eventually they will go at the table of negotiations and they will have to negotiate, because otherwise the regime probably might collapse, because there will be a crisis. They really, the idea is that they have to sort of have their own industries going, but they also have to have good relationship with the rest of the world. But it looks like, they're not sort of, very have good relationship with any major players.
Given the circumstances, then, it seems that the Saudis are fighting a losing battle over the oil prices, as it could bring their economy to the point of collapse.